Yo, what up, y'all? It's B.O.B, Bobby Ray Bands, and right now, you know we keeping it solid with Concrete Magazine. Y'all keep it locked. My name is Bob. I approve this message, and I'm gone. Bands.
This is Concrete TV. Concrete TV.
My thought process making Underground Luxury was, it really wasn't a thought process. You know, it really was just me having fun in the studio. If anything, the most deliberate song on the album was probably Paper Route. You know, that was a song where I really had things I wanted to get off my chest. Well, not off my chest, like personally, but just thoughts. You know what I mean? Things that I felt like saying. But the whole album, man, was just just me having fun, you know, and letting myself say the shit that I would only say on a mixtape or do what I would only do on a mixtape on an album. My two favorite songs on this album is Fly Motherfucker and probably Back Me Up. But it's subject to change, man, you know, because before it was throwback, but as I played, you know, the album for people, a lot of people, you know, paid a lot of attention to that song. And naturally, I like rooting for the underdog songs that everybody look over. So, you know, I like Fly Motherfucker, Back Me Up. I produced both of them too, that's probably why. Underground Luxury started, it started before I got the title. It started with me, it actually, man, it's a spin off the Fuckin' We Ball mixtape, you know, because Still in This Bitch was on Fuckin' We Ball, and you know, I was kind of like just getting my hands dirty a little bit with the production on what I wanted to do, because I'm one of them people, man. I'm different, so I gotta kind of craft my sound to fit what I'm doing. And you know, I collaborated with a lot of producers on the Fuckin' We Ball mixtape, but on the album, you know, I started really heavy recording, you know, February, you know, really just getting into it. But, you know, it looked like halfway through the project, it was done, and it was like, man, we got good records, we can go ahead and put it out, you know, right around summertime, you know, when I had Headband. But, you know, we were like, man, the recording process is going so good, it's going so well, like, why stop, you know what I mean? So I kept on recording all the way through, you know, November, really. I probably wish I would have put Missing on the album. It was either Paper Route or Missing, you know what I mean? Both kind of, you know, songs of ruffle feathers. But, you know, a song that you know, the songs that I wish made it are gonna be on the bonus version, so they'll get the, you know, their proper attention. Man, I wanna work with the Gorillas. Yeah, definitely. And I was always a fan of Bjork. Her music was crazy, always. James Blake, I think that'd be dope to collaborate with. I like to collaborate with people who I honestly cannot figure out how they make their music. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the Gorillas is more just because I was a fan of it. You know, they have the way they fuse music together, you know, you can kind of hear what's going on. But with James Blake and Bjork, I'm like, where is this coming from? You know what I mean? But you know, as far as hip hop world, you know, I probably collaborate with Kid Cudi. I think that'll be dope. But like things like this happen, you know, we make music from such a creative place that we don't really contrive too much. You know what I mean? So, you know, I could get a list of people and say, hey, I'm gonna work with this artist, this artist, this artist, and you could go out and try it, and they could want to work with you as well. But how it happens, you never really in control of that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I play bass, keys. You know, I guess if, you know, on the drums I got 2 left feet, but if I practice I'll be decent. Nah, but you know, on this album, man, I spent a lot of time with the production, with, you know, making sure that I thought more like a DJ on this album. I didn't think like a guitar player or a rapper or a producer. I thought like a DJ. So if it'd be dope to do a guitar solo here or do a musical vamp here or a verse here, you know, I kind of just did that. And certain songs, I just, you know, I didn't really think about it like this is the hook, this is the verse, this is the hook. I was just like, what's jam? Whatever sounds good coming after this part, just put it right there. So, you know, I did play a lot of guitar. It's so crazy because, you know, the perception of this album is that it's a real urban album, but if it would have been presented in a different way, like if I would have came out the gate with John Doe, or if I would have came out the gate with Nobody Told Me or One Day, it would have been perceived differently, you know what I mean? So I really kind of catered how it was presented so that people would, you know, listen to it a different type of way, you know what I mean? It's all an art, man. The music is just a piece of it, but the whole rollout is a project as well. Oh yeah, I mean, when I started, man, I really, because when I was a kid I played the trumpet, I understand music enough to kind of conceptually pick up an instrument, but I just picked up the guitar, you know, and when you pick up the guitar, I mean, you gotta learn, you know, some type of basics, but once I had it, I'm the type of person where once I learn what I need to know, I just like, all right, I'm going, I'm finna go just, you know what I mean, sit in the room and figure it out. But, you know, just about over the years, you know, I started when I was like 19 or 20, and you know, I just pick up different techniques and skills from other people. But, you know, I never really wanted to, when you learn guitar, you gotta learn somebody's style. You know what I mean? And I never really wanted to learn somebody else's style. I just wanted to learn how I need to play it and create my own style. The cons of going on tour is that it has the end. The pros for going on tour is that you going on tour, you seeing the world, you know what I mean? Man, it's a blessing, man. Like sometimes you know, as an artist, you get caught up in the shuffle of just always doing shit, so you forget how dope it is that you get to go to different places, meet different people, smoke different weed, eat different food, meet different women, and you know, it's all an experience, man, and you learn a lot. You know what I mean? You really do. You know, it really does make my music better when I like go experience something and then I can go back and write a song about it. And I ain't even really have to try, it just happened. I was just in the studio freestyling and you know what I mean? I remember what happened when I was in, you know, Tennessee or Texas or somewhere. Miami's always dope, you know what I'm saying? I've been around the world, Miami's always dope. Vegas is always good. Amsterdam, you gotta soak that in. When you go to Amsterdam, you gotta give yourself time. You know, Vancouver and Toronto are pretty dope. Yeah, pretty dope too. Yeah. Notice all the places where, you know, where it's legal. I heard it's legal in Pennsylvania too. I just heard that, I don't know, could be wrong. But Denver, it's straight up, you can just, all the way, 100. Acting, you know, when you really think about what acting is, you're always acting, because to be a good actor, you have to be natural, like you just naturally would be talking to somebody. So when you realize that, you know, it's just something that, you know, for me, it's fun. It's not like a job, you know what I mean? So it's good to have something that, as an artist, you can just do it and not have to feel the pressure of being the best at it. You know what I'm saying? Like just having a hobby. To me, it's a hobby, you know, but it's fun. So that's kind of how I got into it. You know, it wasn't like, yo, Bob, you wanna? I mean, it's gotta feel comfortable to me. I gotta do a role that I feel comfortable with. But you know, it's just fun, man. It's something that, you know, I get to do in my spare time. I'm also gonna be on Single Ladies this season in the game, if I didn't mention that. Man, advice comes in the strangest ways, man. For me, I think, you know, shit'll just happen that'll coincidentally happen, and it can't be coincidence. And it'll like prove something to me. Like, advice can come from, you know, it can come from a person like T.I. It can come from an absolute stranger in a club somewhere. You know, I really don't usually call anybody for advice. Advice usually finds me. For my label, man, I'm open to like artist development, but you know, the first artist that I'm looking to really, you know, present to the world, I want them to have their own style. You know, I want them to be, you know, have their own identity figured out. You know, but I'm not looking for anything in particular, you know, just talent, you know what I mean? Somebody who's just talented in what they do. Man, it could be a hip hop artist, it could be a country artist, it could be anything, it could be a DJ. I mean, whatever it is, it's gonna be entertaining and it's gonna be very stylistic, very stylized. Actually, Haley made that happen. I gotta give her credit on that. She made it happen. I ain't gonna tell you how, but she made it happen, and it's a long story, but you know, it's crazy that at that time, man, I was able to collaborate with Taylor Swift and Nicki Minaj and Lil Wayne and Morgan Freeman and Chris Brown all on the same album. That was like, and I wasn't even trying. And I never really like, you know, tried to like get that many features ever. It's just that when you having fun with it, man, you run into people and shit happens and you just be like, hey, it is what it is. So it's best to just have no expectation, really, and you'll end up with collaborating with one of the biggest country music stars on the planet, unintentionally. Rock influences, man, Wolf Mother, Mars Volta, Led Zeppelin, White Stripes, Coldplay, definitely a huge Coldplay fan. John Mayer, I don't know why I couldn't think of that. Man, it's a lot of different influences, man, but when I make rock music, I don't really make rock music trying to sound like rock music. I just make it how I like it, you know, like it can be guitars, pianos, but the main thing is that it's live. So you know, if it's live, it's only gonna be a handful of instruments, but you know, it's my interpretation of what rock music is. My identity as an artist comes from my style. You know, I had to really understand that. You know, at first, I was like, you know, when I first came out and I had haters everywhere we go, I was like, man, I'm not a MC, I'm an artist. And then when I went pop, it was like, I'm not a pop star, I'm an MC. And then, you know, I was like, I didn't realize, it's like, Bob, like, it don't matter what you do, your style and how you do it is the thing that makes it, you know, unique. So, you know, it's just my style, you know. I think, you know, a good example would be like Pharrell. You know, Pharrell can make It All Comes Crashing Down. He can make that song, and then he can make Don't Y'all like these. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can really flip it up, and then, you know, we up all night to get lucky. You know, he got all these different styles, but you can still hear his sound in it, and that, you know, that's kind of, you know, what I bring to the table. Different styles, but you can still hear that B.O.B, Bobby Ray flavor all in it. The first rule of success is not telling everything you know. Nah. Man, just do what is exciting to you, man. Like, the game is set up to where you can do anything and be any type of artist you want to be, but everybody wants to like follow somebody else's blueprint. It's like, just make a blueprint and that you're excited to, like, build a building that you will be excited to live in. That's how you build your career, and you'll succeed. You know, you stack bricks, eventually it's gonna form a wall. I would tell myself this: don't spend so much time thinking. God, 5 years from now, I still tell myself, you know, it's like, never, ever have I ever made a song or had a hit record that I thought about making. It just happened. It just, you get in the studio, you're already talented, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you don't even have to work that hard. It's like, if you're talented, you can do it. You can make it happen. It's like a football player. You give him the ball, he gonna run. He fucking works all week in the gym. You got the strength and the ability to do it. Just trust yourself. And when you trust yourself, you stop thinking. I would tell myself simply to stop thinking so much.